Pretty good. My shirt feels a little tighter than it used to, but other than that, I'm good.
Holiday weight gain?
I think so, yeah. And I don't think it was just overeating. I think it was just the different yeah, I was overeating. I overate. Yeah, I overate.
I think it's a common problem.
Yeah.
Although people that are sick, like me,
That's
you
a
lose
benefit.
weight.
That
Yeah.
is one of the benefits of being sick over the holidays is you don't eat as much cookies and candy. So, congratulations.
Thank you. We saw a little snow falling in the open, and it looks like we might get some snow later this week, Thursday night and Friday. The big storm that is about to hit Northern California with more rain is going to work its way eastward, and we could, if it gets cold enough, see some snow, accumulating snow Thursday night and Friday.
I haven't heard anyone say that California needs this rain yet, which we all know that they do. Why is no one talking about it? Because it's so dangerous?
They can't keep it. It's what's so strange. They have all this rain, and it's either drought or floods, and they can't hang on to the water.
I don't know.
I don't know.
I don't understand it.
It's a mess.
Crazy.
Ellen DeGeneres had to evacuate her home in Montecito yesterday.
Good. Because we all know that Ellen is mean.
31 degrees right now in Jackson, wind chill 26, and the National Weather Service has issued an advisory that some rain mixed with snow is moving our way and could cause some slippery conditions, so just be aware of that. But it will warm up. We'll see snow showers and rain showers this morning, and then rain showers this afternoon.
In the state of Michigan, the national championship game, I don't think it was that well watched, but I looked at it a little bit, and for some reason ESPN was out, so I had to watch the Pat McAfee show do the game, which was kind of entertaining. It would, it's just like watching in your living room with your friends, listening to them. TCU stinks.
Well,
That's all I have to say. The largest margin of victory in a bowl game ever, and it was the national title. The previous was Army over Houston, 70-14 in the 2018 Armed Forces Bowl. There's Stetson Bennett. He's older than me.
25.
He's 26. Yeah, that's his original football helmet he's wearing. So he's old enough to drink and smoke on the sidelines after the game, so he does that.
And rent a car.
Not crazy to see a blowout loss in a college football semifinal or national championship game. Remember LSU beat Oklahoma in 2019, 63-28. Joe Burrow threw 7 touchdowns in the first half. That probably was a little bit more obvious of a blowout than this, but I mean, TCU just no chance. So as a Michigan fan, you think, probably we're going to lose the game against Georgia, but you still want an opportunity to be there. So I am not glad Michigan lost to TCU. I still would have rather had them play Georgia and get beat by probably 21 points.
Mixed feelings about that. A lot of Michigan fans think it's good that they didn't have a potential of a national embarrassment on the title.
Well, there was a national embarrassment, and it was New Year's Eve. But just not another national embarrassment.
Well, it was a closer game. It was a much closer game. 2 of the TCU players declared for the NFL draft even before the confetti stopped falling last night. You know what's unusual? Not once did anyone on ESPN mention what TCU stands for. Isn't that odd? The team is called TCU, but
Texas Christian University.
It's never mentioned.
That is,
it's not in any of the graphics. No one ever
weird.
says it. It's so weird.
Yeah, that is.
Sounds like Division III when you say Texas Christian University.
It is.
Is that? You think that's the reason? It could be.
It has the same ring as
He might be.
TCU.
Brandon might be right. It could be a branding situation.
It's a very small school. It's only about 10,000 students.
But they have been honestly, they not a national power, but they've been in the conversation for years. So I mean, it's not like
Football.
I think the country was more accepting of TCU in that game than maybe say Utah. If Utah would sneak into that game, does that make sense?
I think people like their mascot, the Texas Horned Frog.
Oh, it's cute. It is very
Blake
cute.
Corum, though, yesterday said he is going to return to Michigan for another year of football. He loves Michigan so
Loves
much.
Michigan. He's going to come back and hopefully be a Heisman Trophy candidate.
Also back, DeMar Hamlin is back in Buffalo. He took a plane.
Yeah, they flew him
Yeah.
from hospital to hospital.
Yeah.
Yeah. How happy are you for that young man, right?
I'm
Because when
very
we were
happy.
watching that, listen, you thought he wasn't going to make it. We all thought he wasn't going to make it. And to hear the success, and that's just amazing. Miracle.
Yeah, I'm sure everybody that was watching last Monday night's game thought, oh, this is the worst, it's the worst possible thing.
Yeah.
And luckily, but he's still in critical condition. And he's selling shirts now, which the money raised will be donated to the UCMC Trauma Center and first responders. The shirts say, "Did we win?" And that was the first
Yeah.
thing he said after he woke up from
Amazing.
being out.
Absolutely. Amazing. A couple things coming up. The Chambers Night of Distinction is on February 4th this year.
No.
Second?
Oh, yeah, it is.
Is it second or
I thought it
fourth?
was the second. The second.
Second, I'm sorry.
Second.
I confuse my 2s and 4s still. February 2nd, it is a Thursday, and awards and celebration at the Michigan Theater, and then after party, celebration time with the winners at Veritas. Should be a great night. So it is limited to, I believe, 300. So buy your tickets now. It's a great event. Awesome, awesome event.
And we don't know who any of the winners are.
We
yet.
don't. We don't know who any of the winners are yet. So we will have all of the winners on GATV as they are announced and after the awards. But yeah, exciting to see who wins. What's your favorite award that is given out?
The Small Business Person of the
Really?
Year.
Oh, because you
Yeah.
won that? My favorite's the Brick Award.
I like the Brick Award too.
I like the trophy, the brick. But it's cool, and the Brick Award goes to large businesses and small businesses that make improvements to their building and or new builds. So, yeah, it's cool.
Did you know that the original bricks that were handed out as part of the Brick Award originally came from the Fields department store building
No.
and the Kelsey Hayes plant?
I knew the Kelsey Hayes plant, but I didn't know about Fields.
Yeah.
Oh,
I
very
don't know
cool.
if they have any more of those bricks. I think it's just a regular brick they give now.
They don't have to tell people that.
If you can't wait until February 2nd for an awards program, tonight the Golden Globes returned to NBC. They didn't have them on TV last year.
I don't even know what to say about the Golden Globes. Seinfeld? I don't. What is the Golden Globes?
It's the Hollywood Foreign Press Association.
See, I don't deal with that.
Yeah. No, it's
Where
it's a-
everyone's sitting at the tables and
Yeah.
they're blacked out drunk?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
It's a test.
Congratulations.
If it goes okay, it might come back.
Maybe there'll be a
next year.
fight in the stands. There could be a fight in the crowd.
Oh yeah, there could
All
be.
that drinking?
Yeah. They've got top names as presenters: Ana de Armas, Natasha Lyonne, Billy Porter, and Quentin Tarantino.
I think you pronounced the last two names right.
I'm sure I got all four wrong.
No. You know
The-
who Quentin Tarantino is, obviously.
Mega Millions tonight is at $1.1 billion. Fourth time in 4 years that the top prizes exceeded $1 billion. Cash option, 568.7.
Did you see that group of Traverse City what are they, nurses or something? They had formed a lottery club and there was like 60 of them and they won $1 million. It's like $20 a piece after taxes. Brandon, do you want to form a lottery club?
We did that back in the day. We won Windfall, $1,300 here.
Jeez, why do we stop doing it?
Someone won $1,300?
Yeah, when Christian Day worked here, and
I wasn't I wasn't
No, we
included
didn't
in
include
that. No one.
They've
I
been
didn't-
playing lottery up there?
so
Gee.
Travis claimed it, so Travis paid more in taxes. So we got money.
Interesting. This is news.
Did the nurses quit?
Say it again?
Did the nurses quit?
No.
No.
I don't know if it was nurses. But
In New York City, roughly 7,000 nurses are on strike because they, want more money and they want better working conditions. They want more nurses hired. They want more, the ranks have been thinned because of COVID.
well, in New York too. I mean,
New
it's
York.
wild. Very wild there.
So they're canceling surgeries, they're taking people out of ICU and putting them in regular rooms. It's not good.
It's not good. Yeah, it's not good. I was asking one of our mutual friends who is from New York, like, how big is this? How big of a problem with this is this? And he said it's crazy. It's bigger than anyone thinks. Think about it.
It's bad.
Think about it. 7,000 nurses not working right now.
It's unbelievable.
Yeah, it's crazy.
You don't want to be sick or injured in New York.
No, you don't. Today's show is brought to you by Heather Herndon and the real estate team at Howard Hanna Real Estate Services. And each week, Heather reminds us why it's great to love living in Jackson. And this week, how about Laughlin's Slice of Spice? And they were founded on exceptional customer service principles, flavorful American recipes, generous beer and wine selection, and a comfortable atmosphere located in the Village Crossing Mall in Spring Arbor. And that is a favorite, one of our favorites as well.
I love it.
Laughlin's Slice of Spice. Thank you, Heather Herndon and the entire Howard Hanna Real Estate team.
I was driving by Consumers Energy's world headquarters last night, and all the lights were on.
Really?
I couldn't believe it. It's been, how long has it been since people have been back to work? It's still work from home.
And at consumers? Well, I believe that a lot of corporations like consumers, when the pandemic hit, they encouraged folks to work from home, live where you want, and things like that. So that's kind of what's happening.
Yesterday, Bob Iger, the chairman of the Disney Corporation, emailed all of the employees of ABC, ESPN, Disney, et cetera, and said everyone has to be back in the office, everyone, at least 4 days a week, starting on March 1st.
Now, it's interesting. We had Braden Lape on, and he was talking about how COVID conscious, I guess, some of these other locations were around the country and where he was at.
Yeah.
So, it's interesting. There's going to be a lot of lawsuits, I believe, from people. You told me I could work wherever I want, and now you're telling me I have to come in? Sue, so we'll see what happens.
All the network anchor people for all the shows, morning, night, they are tested as soon as they get to the studio for COVID.
Really?
Every day.
Isn't that something?
Yeah.
Ain't that something? Wow. Hey, did you see NBC didn't renew contracts of two of our favorite people?
Kerry Sanders.
Gary Koch. Golf.
Oh, really?
Yeah. You didn't hear that?
I heard Kerry Sanders is out.
Yeah, well, it's a different broadcast team. We'll talk about that later. Also, a good thing to sign up for, Ella and I were talking about this last night, the Daddy-Daughter Dance, the Jamie McKibben Daddy-Daughter Dance. And that is happening February 10th, February 11th. Sign up. This is a great event. Ella and I decided we're going to 2 Daddy-Daughter dances this year, the one at Queens, which is January 28th, and then we're going to go to this one. I think we're going to hit the Friday the 10th showing. And there's a chocolate fountain, and it's wonderful. So up to 8th grade can go to that one.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. Sign up now. I will warn, the Saturday sells out, so if you really want to make sure you go on Saturday instead of Friday, make sure you buy your ticket to Saturday now, because Saturday will sell out first. Let's get to our scoreboard, brought to you by our friends over at Extreme. It's our Extreme Dodge scoreboard. Just a few scores as high schools get back in action. Athens, this was a shocker for me. Athens beat Concord 62-31 in girls basketball. Competitive cheer. Concord finished 3rd, Springport 5th in their Springport in their home invitational. On deck for tonight, Tuesday, January 10th, we have a lot. Boys basketball and girls basketball. Noah, you are going to go to the JPAC at Athens Factoryville game, and I'd like you there by 5:45. Please. A lot of great games coming up. This week on JTV, on Thursday, we are going to have Vandercook Lake at Hanover Horton. That game will be live. That should be a good one. That'll be our first look at Hanover this year. And then Ann Arbor Pioneer comes to town to take on Jackson. That should just be a great basketball game. Again, live coverage approximately 6:45. Both games live, both games brought to you by Avenue Auto.
Who's on the show today?
We've got a great show lined up. We're going to get things started with Dr. Matthew Badke right after this break.